Did you know that most people that are looking to relocate to Central Florida do things absolutely backwards? That's right. They look for the home first, doing searches all over the interweb, and then they start to consider the neighborhood. Well, that is a recipe for disaster and buyer's remorse. So, what I'm going to do today is I'm going to give you 5 things to think about when you're looking at buying a home here in Central Florida before you find the actual home. And it's all about the community, all about the neighborhood, all about your lifestyle. So, let's get started. All right. So, the first thing is, what is your ideal lifestyle? Are you a golfer, a fisherman? Are you a pickleballer? Do you like to go hiking? Are you a foodie? Do you prefer to be in town, out of town? Do you like rural areas? Do you like, suburban areas? What are the things that your lifestyle tells you about the community that you want to be in? Because you can find the same style of homes pretty much throughout the state, but the lifestyle is going to be different. Miami's lifestyle is going to be different than Lakeland's lifestyle or Winter Haven's lifestyle. And so if you're thinking Miami, but you're looking in Winter Haven, you're going to be sadly mistaken. You're going to have deep regrets about moving. And so you want to make sure that you know, like for yourself, what it is you're looking for in a community ahead of time. Are you wanting to be in a 55 plus community if you're retired? Do you want to have a lot of neighbors with kids? Do you want an HOA? Do you not want an HOA? Are you going to want acreage? Do you want a small yard? You don't have to maintain that much. All of these things are going to be different in different communities. If you're considering making a move to Florida, especially the Central Florida, Tampa Bay area, down into Sarasota, Manatee, up into Orlando, let me know. I can answer any questions you have. I can definitely help you kind of figure out what areas you want to move into. All my information is in the description below, or you can contact me through my Calendly link, which is talkwithvince.com. The other thing is, being in close proximity to your essentials, not to my essentials, not to somebody else's, but to your essentials. How close do you want to be to airports, hospitals, emergency rooms, if that's the case, any kind of healthcare? How close do you want to be to things like Tampa, where you can go see a Bucks game or go see a baseball game or a hockey game, or to Orlando, where you can go to all of the different attractions, whether it's Disney, MGM, Universal, all of that. How close do you want to be to those things that are important to you, whether it's your grandkids, whether it's your grandparents, whether it's your parents? Maybe you've got parents that you're wanting to take care of and you're wanting to stay fairly close to. All of those things are going to be important in determining where you want to live. And so this is all part of the questions that you need to be asking yourself before you start actually looking at homes. Homes are great, but homes aren't the neighborhood. And that's where we want to go with this. The next thing is, how social are you? Are you looking for privacy? Or are you wanting a social connection? So let's say, for example, you're kind of a private person. You'd rather be away from people. Well, let me tell you, you go to Tampa, you're not going to be there. Tampa's not that kind of city. St. Pete's not that kind of city. There are places in Polk County where you can get to that. If you want to be really far away from people, you can look at Fort Meade or Frostproof. If you want to have a little bit of room, you can look at anywhere's in Polk County. Really, there's, Lake Alfred, there's Auburndale, even places in Bartow and Lake Wales. I mean, you can kind of like mission match depending on, what your lifestyle is and how private you want to be. If you're very social, maybe you want to be down in downtown Lakeland, maybe around Dixieland. That way you're within walking distance of really cool eateries and coffee houses and, places where you have more social activity. All of those things are going to matter as you continue to move forward with deciding where you want to purchase. The other thing too is every area is going to be different when it comes to things like HOAs and CDDs. So when you look at Davenport in Polk County, for instance, CDDs can be really, really expensive. You look at Lakeland, they're a lot less. HOAs can be very inexpensive in Lakeland, but they don't offer a whole lot. HOAs in Davenport and other places could be very expensive. I'm sorry, HOAs could be very budget friendly, but they don't offer a whole lot in Lakeland. But HOAs in Davenport might offer a little bit more, but they're very expensive. That's what I should have said. Sorry. Anyways, those are things that you want to look at. The other thing that you want to do is you want to think in terms of how will this neighborhood itself fit me. If you're not really big on a lot of noise and you're looking at a neighborhood that has, a lot of kids and they're going back and forth playing basketball outside, yelling and screaming, maybe that's not going to be a good neighborhood for you. So imagine what would happen if you picked the house and didn't look at the neighborhood and that was your mindset. I don't want a lot of yelling and screaming. I don't want to be around a lot of kids. And then all of a sudden, there you are around a lot of yelling and screaming and a lot of kids. Now, I don't have a problem with that. My kids are past that. They're older, so I don't have to worry about it. And the kids around me, they don't really make a whole lot of noise. But, you could be in a situation like that very easily. These are all things you need to think about. One of the easiest ways to look at a neighborhood, even if you're not here in town, is to go to Instant Street View. And I'll put a link here in the description. But Instant Street View, you can drop an address in, and then you can virtually walk around. It's sort of like Google Street View, but better. There's less hassle of using it. You just drop the address in. It'll take you to the address, and then you can just walk around and look and see what the neighborhood looks like. Does it look like it's well maintained? Does it look like there's a lot of junk in the neighborhood? Do the houses look like homes that you would want to live next to? Is it rural enough? Is it suburban enough? All of those things are things you need to think about before you go and plan a move. So that's my 2 cents after having done this for 12 years. If you have any questions about any of this, all my information is in the description below. If you want to talk to me directly, just go to www.talkwithvince.com and set up a Zoom appointment, and I'll be there for you. Anyways, hope you're having a great one. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.